You're about to listen to the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. We cover weird things, but part of that may include adult themes and content. We'll be talking about things like butts and boobs, and there will be swearing. It's kind of what we do. If there are any kids in the car, you may want to change the channel. Thanks and enjoy. Hey, sweetie, what can I get for you?
Do you have any of today's specials left?
The weird? Oh yeah, we got lots of weird.
And can I get that with bacon?
Sure, weird with a side of bacon, coming up. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 28 of the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast.
Hey!
Yeah! All right. Ooh, there's a little bit of a delay there, but we made it happen.
You sure?
This is the podcast. We like to cover all of the weird things we can find out there, from current to old to modern to social media to all about it. And we're going to go through and introduce our hosts. We are going to start with Stephanie.
Yay.
Stephanie on the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. What is your deal?
Social media fun stories.
Okay. And then I am next. I do weird history and weird facts. And then we go on to Misty. What do you do, Misty Ray?
Weird news stories from all around the world.
Okay. And that is the team that covers all the weirdness that is out there. First thing we like to do is go through and talk about a weird personal story before we get into our deep context here, because, people come for that. But we like to talk about anything weird that's happened. And I know I had one last time, but I have another one, guys.
Of course you do.
I do.
When don't you? I'm telling you, it just follows him.
Right. Our oldest child is going to college, and we're touring colleges. And one of them we went on the tour. The students are always the ones putting on the tour, right? And this one particular student was in the packaging major, which I didn't really know was a thing at the time, but apparently you can get a major in making packages. So, you buy a product, the package it's in, you buy a box, the boxes it's in, and all that. Then, of course, they work with the designers and all that to make the box pretty, but these are people in charge of the literally packaging it comes in.
They're called boxing engineers.
Boxing engineers. And they're also the people that at one point there's some evil ones in there. Those are the ones that make things that are impossible to open without a pair of scissors and like a crowbar and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Some of those packages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the hard plastic.
Oh, yes. Yeah, just drive you insane ones.
Where you cut your finger open if you don't know how to open it correctly.
Yeah. It's because sometimes you cut
it.
Get
like sharp edges.
Right. They're terrible. Anyway, we're there, and the woman who's doing the tour for us happens to be a boxing or packaging engineer major. And she was very enthusiastic. She was very, very excited about being into packaging and what they all do. And it was hilarious. At one point, she starts bragging. She's like, at our school here, one of the professors is a very famous packaging engineer. It's like, all right, cool. What does that even mean? How do you be famous for packaging? And she just kind of like calms everything down and says, he invented the ketchup packet.
And you're like, tell me more.
I was like, wow. He's like, yeah, it sounds pretty basic, but it's actually super complicated because ketchup has to be, of course, in a sealed container, and you don't want to get like all kinds of plastics in there if you don't have to, but you have to make sure you can open it, and it's very acidic. So he's the guy who invented the ketchup packet. So that is amazing. And I thought that was really weird to me. There's
Being so excited.
Right. This guy goes to conventions, and I was like, do you know who that is? That's Bob Johnson. He's the one who invented the ketchup packet. Ooh.
So it was basically how she told it.
Yes.
With almost overexcitement instead of saying, hey, a really cool fact.
What did
Bob Johnson
invented the ketchup packet?
Yes.
I just, everything has its famous people, I mean, podcasts, there's famous podcasters that people are like, oh my God, this guy's so cool, or famous actors. Even in the packaging industry, there are kings of the packaging companies. And one guy that's in that king group is the ketchup packet creator.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I thought it was great. But anyway, that is not why everybody comes here. They come here for the actual weird content that we have combed through the world of old and new and all that and come up with. So let's get into that. But first, we always like to cover our bacon rating system for new listeners. At the end of every article, we are going to talk about the bacon rating of that article. How weird is it? 1, your story is not weird. 4 bacon strips, your story is uber weird. 4 bacon strips crispy, your story is uber weird. Or if your story is uber weird, it is a BLT, which is the king of all bacon sandwiches.
Yeah.
And that is the system.
Well, I hope so, because isn't bacon the highlight of a BLT?
Well, it's not the lettuce. And I was like, God, I really could go for a lettuce sandwich. Oh, I could put bacon on that. Why not? Well, let's get into this thing. We're going to start with Misty. Misty, you're up first. Misty, what's your news story, Misty?
I like the evil laugh.
This story comes from UPI. It was January 14th of 2026. Crash truck releases 15,000 live crabs next to the road.
Ooh.
They got crabs. That's a bad case of crabs.
Right?
Oh, that is a very bad case of crabs. So, on January 14th, 2026, a recovery crew was summoned to an Irish road when a truck carrying up to 15,000 crabs crashed into the ditch and set the creations free.
The crustaceans?
Crustaceans.
The
Sorry.
creations.
The crustacean creations.
That's kind of what I was
creation.
thinking.
It's not a bill.
Crustacean creations.
Crustacean creation. Rock lobster. Okay, so they sent a cleanup crew. Do you have to send the regular cleanup crew, or is there a special cleanup crew for live animals?
What kind of suits do they wear? Do they just wear the gloves? Or do they use what police do when they're training canines, the full-on...
Oh, the full-on body suit because they
Yes.
get attacked by a can?
Yeah.
I was
Hey,
thinking...
what if a
For
crab?
canine training?
I was thinking they'd be wearing the what was the world's most dangerous job? The crab fisherman one, where the guys just got the full size waterproof overalls.
You know,
They gotta
I
s-
don't know what they were wearing. It doesn't go into detail.
Right, they gotta wear a stocking cap, the overalls, smoking a cigarette, with big rubber gloves,
In
and
the boots.
swearing in the boots and swearing.
These goddamn fuckers.
Hey, fucking crabs! These waves out here, I'll kill a guy.
I don't think this is the point of the story.
This is not.
This is not the point of the story. This is not Deadly as Catch.
Oh, that's the shit. I couldn't go with the name of it. I couldn't remember.
Yes. So, the McLaughlin transport truck was carrying a load of crabs caught for restaurants and stores in Portugal. When it wound up in the ditch at the side of the road in Redcastle, the driver was not injured, but the crash caused up to 15,000 crabs, approximately $70,000 worth of seafood, to spill out of the aluminum container.
Is this the reverse version of Finding Nemo? Well, actually, it'd be the same version because, Finding Nemo, it's all about the animals escaping at the end. Is this just Finding Nemo for crabs?
Why did you just ruin it for people that haven't seen Finding Nemo?
Oh, spoiler. Spoiler, 1990 or 2005 movie. I don't know. When did Finding Nemo come out? All right, we got to Google this. This is what the important
It had to
things
be
that
later
happened.
than that.
I do not remember.
It was 2003.
Yeah, I have discovered this thing where I think something happened in the 90s, but then I realize I'm just older than I think I am, and it actually happened in the 2000s. Like somebody will reference a TV show. I'm like, oh man, TV in the 90s was great. It's like, that was 2012. I'm like, fuck, I'm old.
That's like the boat when our oldest went on the way to door.
Oh, yeah. We were, I don't remember how old. We had both kids, so the youngest had to be at least like 5 or so, I would say.
Maybe.
Maybe
Yeah.
5, maybe 6, something like that. Because they're talking to their younger sibling who was next to them in the car. And we were driving up in Wisconsin through Door County. And we have a lot of these things called called whitefish boats, which are these boats that they used back in the like early 1900s or so that were specifically for catching whitefish, which is kind of like a smelt or like a anchovy kind of thing. And they had one of those in front of like a building on display because these are these big things. And that was a reference because this all happened in 2010. They're like, look at that boat. It is so old. It must be from the 1990s. I do love it when people reference things that happened in the 1900s. That's always fun. Like, ooh, that's a good song. That came out in the 1900s. Like, well, fuck you. We're talking about crabs. Where did this all happen? All right, Finding Nemo, crabs.
Yes. Trevor's ADHD kicked in.
I was going to say ADHD.
Typical.
So crews from Bournefoot Base, McLaughlin's light and heavy recovery service were brought up to clean up the wreckage and round up the crabs. It's a very unusual scene to see, at least. When we arrived, a lot of the crabs had spilled out of the containers and were making a bid for freedom into the fields. A team from the company was up for maybe a team of 10 of them that were there physically to pick up all these crabs.
So 10 guys and 15,000?
1,000 crabs.
So that is 1,500 per person of moving live crabs.
Yes.
I think they were understaffed.
Did they
for this.
recover all of them?
They had to physically retrieve the crabs and put them back into large bags and reload them back into the truck after the crane had put it back on its wheels.
Still good. Does this count when food hits the floor like you can't eat it anymore? I think you still can. I think it's still really good.
5-second rule.
The 5-second rule is 5 hours in this case.
It's fine.
Okay, so here's your answer. McLaughlin estimated about 95% of the crabs were recovered during the 18 hours of recovery efforts.
18 hours. But for $70,000 worth of crabs, I think it deserves 18 hours worth of work.
That's a lot of cash to lose into a field to let them go free.
Do you think any of them they didn't find will like become local creatures? Kind of like, when giant snakes end up down in Florida that they weren't there naturally, but they became a thing. Do you think there'll be no Irish crabs will be a thing? Because Ireland, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Irish crabs. That'll be a thing in 100 years from now. Why are there crabs? You see, there was this time where a truck tipped over and they didn't recover all the crabs.
Is it going to become like what's that movie called? From back in the 80s that had Kevin Bacon in it. Reba was in it.
Oh, are you talking about Tremors?
Yeah.
Trevor. Those little crabs peeking up through the ground.
But they morph into one big giant crab.
It's not James and the Giant Peach. It's Jim and the Giant Crab.
Right.
And these Highlander cows. It starts with all these Highlander cows getting sucked underground. Oh, man. Sponsored by Guinness. Everybody's walking around drinking Guinness the whole thing. Where are these crabs coming from? That's a horrible Irish accent.
That's terrible.
I don't even know what that was. That was nobody accent.
Oh.
That was just Trevor's accent.
Good God. That was a little Irish and pirate all in one. It's kind of...
It's the whole thing. I did a thing.
You did a thing. Yes, you did.
Someone's got a case of the Irish crabs.
That sounds terrible.
Right? It's not a real thing, but I love it. Case of the Irish crabs, if you know what I mean. Ooh, I like it.
It's better than the clap.
As someone who's not had the clap or crabs, I feel like I don't know, but yes.
I haven't either, so...
That's good. That's good. Everybody go around the room and tell us if you've had crabs or crabs or the clap. Everybody's good?
Neither.
We're all good? All right, guys. We're all good. Woo, that was close.
That was close.
That was close.
I give it a 3 crispy.
I'm gonna go with a 4 bacon strip because I liked all the extra crab jokes that went in. Sometimes it's not about the story. Sometimes it's the stupid shit I can say afterwards.
So the more I can get you to focus on your things is the higher bacon rating I get?
The more it makes me think I'm funny.
Oh, okay.
It's called pandering to me. That's what that's called. Is what you're doing.
Are you sure you're pronouncing that one right?
No.
He likes to boost his own ego with his own jokes.
I guess.
Mhm. I think I'm funny.
Funny
else does.
looking.
One way
Oh.
or another, I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna get you one way. Is that Barracuda? No. Is that Heart? Or is it who did One Way or Another? Is that Joan Jett? Who did One Way or Another? Is it Heart or Blondie? Or neither? Stephanie, I need answers. You know this.
I can't answer right now.
Which one do you think it is?
Which one do you think it
I
is?
swear it's Heart or Blondie, but it's probably neither.
Okay, well, Hart sang the song Barracuda. I
That's what I said. That all makes sense. It all adds up.
think it's Blondie. Yes, it is Blondie.
Oh, look at me. I almost knew the answer.
Almost.
But you'd put the name of a song as a group art.
Well, okay, but Barracuda would be a great name for a band. I mean, come on.
Better than Pterodactyl Shitstorm.
No, nothing is better than Pterodactyl Shitstorm. Call back episode 2 or 3 or 4 ago now. Good episode.
You're going to say episode 4.
Oh my
Episode
God.
4.
No.
No. I mean, we had talked about this last episode that we are now over a year into podcasting. And I think at this point I can still remember every story I've done. But I do keep a list because I am worried at some point, years down the line, I'll be like, did I ever tell you the story about? They're like, yeah, you totally told us about that, like episode 3. You're like, oh, I forgot.
Why did you just age yourself like 30 years?
What's it here, you young whippersnapper, and your fancy computers, your pink headphones? Don't tell me what to do.
Did you have funny stuff on your sub today, or
I got the whacker tobacco. No, I didn't.
Somebody slipped him some opiates.
Yeah, I had some. What is it from last episode? Godfrey's cordial. See, I said it right.
Oh,
It's cordial. It's cordial, not cordial.
well, since you brought it up again,
I got an order app. Okay, now that we talked enough about crabs, let's talk about Stephanie, who has confirmed.
we're going to talk about me. What do you want to know?
Who has confirmed she does not have crabs
Or the clap.
or the clap. We all did. That's good news. Instead, let's talk about what you have in the social media network.
Oh, okay. I, of course, have a Reddit story
Mhm.
from the subreddit entitled People.
Always good.
Yes. The title of this one is You Don't Know What It's Like to Be a Single Mom.
I'm gonna guess she's telling this to a single mom,
Or a single mom told her how to raise her kids.
or it's a single mom talking about being. I don't know. I'm not a single mom, so I wouldn't know. It specifically says in the title.
You don't know what it's like.
I don't know what it's like being a single mom.
All right, are you ready?
Ready.
I was widowed in my early 30s with 2 kids. I'd been single about 3 years, just stopped wearing the ring a month or 2 before this. I'm at a park playdate with a group of moms, and there was a friend of the group that didn't know me. Most of what she talked about was how hard it is to be a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Legit.
Mm-hmm. At one point, she was asking for ideas on logistics of getting her kids to school on time when they go to different schools, as her oldest had just changed from elementary school to junior high and the other was still in 3rd grade. I had dealt with the same issue the year before and tried to offer a solution. She cut me off and said something to the effect of, "It's different for you. You could just ask your husband for help. You don't know how hard it is to be a single mom."
Oh, and she whipped out the big card. Go. I want to hear it.
She said it super condescendingly, like I was ridiculous for assuming I could understand. She just went on about how hard it was, and I didn't correct her because what's the point, right?
Oh, so God, this is gonna get
Oh,
better.
this is going to get good.
Oh, this is just getting bigger and bigger. Okay, keep going.
I can only imagine what the friend is sitting there being like, oh, shit. Okay, sorry.
Single mom comes to another play group a few weeks later, still talking about her troubles. I didn't try to offer advice, but there was a new mom who wasn't at the last group who also knows me. Single mom is talking about how nobody could possibly understand, and the new mom tells her, I think not a genius understands, since she's been single longer than you. Single mom gets flustered and says she didn't realize, and I'm like, it's no big deal. Then single mom tries to be friendly and is saying we should trade babysitting days and help each other with rides, and going on about how great it will be to not pay a babysitter when going on dates. I tell her I'm not dating yet, and she tells me how after your husband cheats and leaves you, you have
Oh my God, this woman
you have to get right back out there for your self-esteem.
This woman just
He's digging the hole deeper,
God,
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is there more? Is there more?
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
And the friend who's like told her and knew, like, she's a single mom,
Yeah.
probably is in the background going, oh, lady, you better shut up.
New mom overheard and says, single mom, she's a widow. She'll date if and when she's ready. At this point, I get the idea that new mom does not like single mom. Single mom, not appearing to catch on, says how much harder it is for her because her husband betrayed her and chose to leave her, and mine just died.
You never double down. When you're in the wrong and you're an asshole, you don't double down. And that's what she did. Oh, God. Dumb.
New mom laughed at her and told her that's the stupidest thing she's ever heard, and spilled the tea that single mom cheated for years and they were officially separated when her ex-husband started dating again. Single mom goes silent and stares daggers at new mom.
I like new mom. New
me
mom's
too.
my friend.
I was like, wow, look at the time. See you guys next week. I'm introverted and very low drama, so I did not go back for a few weeks.
Oh, God. I would have been like, does anybody have some popcorn?
But basically, new mom
is the shit. I love
like
new mom.
shut down single mom because single mom was actually the cause of her divorce.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And new mom knew about it.
I love it. And new mom came to the rescue because like she said, new mom knew OP, knew this, the quiet mom, and knew that she was an introvert and she wouldn't say anything. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't having it. New mom's a hero.
She's like, I don't give a shit.
New mom deserves to wear a cape. I love new mom. She's my favorite person ever.
Yes.
I like to call them super moms.
I would say so. She's super mom, super new mom. Oh, that is just deliciously juicy.
I love
You
it.
don't know what it's like. Mine cheated. Mine's dead. Well, it's worse if they cheat. Really? Seriously? You think that's the answer? Plus, it also
and she ended up being the cheater.
cheater.
right?
She's the one who caused her husband
Yeah.
to leave.
and we don't know, but I'm going to guess single mom. Oh, it's so difficult to be single mom. Probably has shared placement. So single mom probably only has to be single mom like 50%, maybe more of the time. So
Where OP.
widow mom is mom 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah.
But OP has no idea what it's like.
Right. I was really hoping to go with like
Your husband just died.
yeah.
That's nothing compared to what I have to go through.
Oh God, you never double down. That happens all the time in these stories. You're in the wrong. Just say I'm sorry. Don't double down.
Jump to conclusions.
I'm not sure how I figure out who new mom is, but I want to like send her flowers. I like new mom.
You the bomb.
You're the bomb.
I'm going to give that a 3 crispy. Maybe 4.
I'm gonna go 4 crispy because of the double down, and new mom being my favorite person. Yeah, especially she's like, especially like say when she calls her out, when she doubles down and she's like, "Look, bitch, you're the one who cheated. Don't be a bitch about it." I like it. I got an order app.
Trevor, what do you have for us?
All right. What I have titled Man's First Flight, and Murder.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
We will start with the sources. I have a Wikipedia page based on Man's First Flight. I have a March 2023 Claremont Sun article and an April 1907 article in the Los Angeles Herald. So 1907, I am referencing a 100 and what is that? 26 minus 7, 119-year-old article here, if I'm doing my math right. I dig deep.
Can you dig it?
Y'all dig it. Yeah, we dig it. Okay, y'all dig it.
We can dig it.
We dig it. So this is a story that starts out talking about the Wright brothers, which I'm pretty sure you guys all remember are the guys that are known to have guys who are known to have invented human flight, right? Wright brothers.
Yes.
This starts before the Wright brothers became famous. This is back in late 1985 or maybe early 1886. No one's exactly sure because it was during the winter time. Wilbur Wright, one of the Wright brothers, was playing hockey with his brother and a bunch of other neighborhood kids when Wilbur got knocked in the face with a hockey stick. Now, they don't know if it was on accident, which is the likely, or if it was on purpose, which we'll talk more about as we go.
It's going to be on purpose.
But either way,
You deserve that, bitch.
Either way, he did take a hockey stick to the face, which ended up bruising up his face, but also messed up his teeth. And again, this is late 1800s. You couldn't just go to the dentist and get like your teeth fixed easily or get artificials or whatever. You're just that dude that was missing or had some fucked up teeth. Okay. The issue is that Wilbur was a really good looking dude at this time. He's a handsome guy and he knew it. He had a very confident person, handsome, smart. He was actually planning on attending Yale University. Like this guy had it going on. But he knew it too. He kind of, was kind of that guy who knew himself as, I'm a catch. I'm a good looking dude and all this stuff. The problem is after his teeth get knocked out, he ends up going into deep depression. Like he, at that point, thought that this was him. He was this good looking, smart guy. And now he's this fugly looking thing with these knocked out teeth. And he ends up not graduating high school, which there was other issues of why he might not have, but either way, he kind of drops out of high school. He doesn't leave the house. He becomes like a homebody at age 18 or so. He is like just living at his parents' house and all that.
So he's a hermit.
He's a hermit. And he never leaves for Yale. He just can't get himself to do anything. Now with that, he ends up, of course, not going to Yale. He ends up staying home. Ends up joining his brother, his brother, of course, Oliver, had started a printing press business. Now we have Wilbur and Oliver have a printing press business, which then they decide as a hobby to start looking at aviation. They create the first airplane. So we all know in the end this was good. Like if Wilbur had gone to Yale, he probably would have gone, I think, lawyer or medical or whatever he was going to Yale for. He wouldn't have been home with his brother. And he wouldn't have been concentrating on this hobby the two of them had of creating airplane, creating the first airplane. Now, this is where we keep going. The guy who knocked out his teeth on accident or questionably on purpose was the local school or the local bully. Every town's got one. Think of like the movie Christmas Story. The punk red-haired kid in Christmas Story that everybody had one of those. You grow up and no matter what, there's that one jerk in the schoolyard, always causing trouble. This jerk's name was Oliver Hugh. By the way, I just realized earlier I said his brother Oliver Wright, but it's Orville Wright. That was my bad. Orville Wright. Anyway, we're down back to the guy who knocked out his teeth, who's the local bully, and the local bully's name is Oliver Hugh. Now, Oliver did not have a problem with knocking out these teeth. That was just the way Oliver was. And Oliver actually ends up going to medical school himself and becomes Dr. Oliver Hugh. Now, do you guys know who Dr. Oliver Hugh is? You probably don't.
No.
I thought maybe you guys would because of the fact that you guys like
me
your
Google
murder. I thought maybe you guys would know who Dr. Oliver Hugh is because of the fact that you guys watch a lot of your murder shows. But a lot of those murder shows kind of concentrate on much more current events. Dr. Oliver Hugh is a serial killer that was executed in 1907. He is known to have killed at least 13 people. 4 of them were his wives. He was married 9 times, and 4 of his wives were all murdered, they believe, by him. Also, every time that things got a little shady, because he was a doctor and they think he was maybe killing patients, is every time things got a little too scary, a little shady, he just moved. This again, he was executed in 1907. So this is all happening early 1900s. So nobody, if you moved, nobody knew who you were or what
So
you
basically, he was playing Black Widow.
Kinda. Yeah, he's murdering wives. He's murdering patients. Every time the things are getting a little too close to him, he just moves again. Well, at one point, he moves back to this hometown of the Wright brothers, where, of course, his mother, father, and his brother still live. When he moves back home with them to avoid trouble in other cities, he realizes that his parents had cut him out of the will. Because by then they figured out this is a pretty shady son of ours. So what does he do? He murders his mother, his father, and his brother and burns their house to the ground. So Dr. Oliver Hugh is a pretty bad dude, but eventually everything caught up to him and he was executed in 1907 for his serial murdering crime.
I think it's too far back for a documentary to...
It probably would be. Most of the ones that you guys watch and all that is almost all like 1950s or newer.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are even newer than that, of course. But either way.
Dahmer, Ed Gein, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Those kind of things. But yes, if it wasn't for the serial killer, Dr. Oliver Hugh, Wilbur wouldn't have gotten his teeth knocked out. Wilbur wouldn't have gotten depression. Wilbur wouldn't have joined the printing press with his brother. And Wilbur and Orville would not have invented the first airplane. So, thanks to a serial killer, the first man-made flight. Murder. Dun, 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 dun.
That's crazy.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
History can be fun.
That's a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he's lucky that he only lost his 2 front teeth.
Yeah, that's true. That's where it comes back to. It wasn't an accident or purpose. We don't know. And of course, nobody really knows. Nobody actually asked, hey, when you knocked out Wilbur Wright's teeth, were you doing it on accident or on purpose? Nobody asked him. They're more worried about the people who's killing at random. So, but yeah, that's why they don't know if it was an accident on purpose, because he was a bully to begin with, even at that younger age. Everybody knew him as the town bully. And the guy obviously didn't have a problem with hurting people. So that's why nobody knows if it was an accident or on purpose.
Huh. Interesting.
I would say on purpose, more of a warning.
Warning, don't fuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Or Wilbur knew he was the shit. So maybe he, decided I'm sick of this guy thinking he's the shit and it's time for me to fix it.
I give it a 4. Very interesting.
I also will give it... Can I give it a 4.5 a crispy?
I don't know if we can split Krispies. I think it's either a 4 or a 4 crispy. I don't want to get technical. And I'm okay
sorry,
if you give
but
me just the 4.
I'm sorry, but a piece of bacon can be thick on one end, thin on the other, which means it's
And
half
half crispy.
Half crispy. You know what? You can do whatever you want.
It's right in between the,
So right there.
It's your rating. You can do whatever you want with it.
right on the edge.
I will go with a 4
Right
half.
on the edge.
A 4 half crispy. I'll take a 4 half crispy.
Okay, good, because that's what I'm going to give you.
All right. I got an order app. We have now looped to Misty at the news.
Whoop, whoop.
Misty,
Misty, Misty, Misty.
Okay, so this article is fairly new, but really old.
New but
Oh,
old.
New but old.
Interesting.
So it comes to us from UPI. From January 2026. Jeez Louise, I'm getting ahead of myself. Book was returned to a California library that was 46 years overdue.
Trevor.
That does sound like me. I told that story. I think I did about the bookmobile. I
Yes.
told that one, right? I did. Okay.
I saw this and I had to do it because at some point in my life, I may have to return a book that I find 50 years later.
I did
to
like
the
how
libraries.
you did look at him, and I was like,
Yeah. I did find out that our local library doesn't do fines anymore. I think I talked about that too. That sounds like a terrible idea, but they don't offer fines if you hold your book longer. So, inside scoop, if you don't want to return your book for a little bit.
you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. So if your
Did-
book is overdue, and once you do return it,
Which you were
they wipe out
notorious
fines.
for.
Yes, I am. The problem is right now I have a couple of books on my shelf that I'm trying to work my way through for more content ideas and all that. But I have been staying away from the library a little bit lately. All right, so this isn't about me. This is about somebody else in their 40-some-year-old book. What do you got going on over there?
So, a worker at a California library opened up a package and was surprised to find a book that had been due back nearly 46 years earlier. I cannot
Words
talk.
are hard for everybody.
Cassie Nolan, branch manager of the San Diego County Library in the Mess location, she said, opened the package in early January to reveal the long overdue book, which was apparently a copy of The Incredible Journey by Sheila Burnfield. I got to open it and enjoy the old book smell, which is quite powerful in this particular item, Cassie said. They sent it back to the right branch, even though we've moved to a new address. So clearly, they did research to get it back to us. So whoever sent the book back
Knew what library they got
knew
it
what
from.
library it came from.
Do we know if it was the original sender? Did like someone die and the family was going through the books and found it?
Well, the package was sent anonymously,
Oh, somebody didn't want to be found in case they got a fine for 40-some-year-old book.
which an unsigned note reading, "Sorry, this is so late," with a hand-drawn smiley face.
This is
Okay, Silence So Late is something you put on like a week old or a month old or maybe a year, but not 40-some years past. Sorry, this is late.
So
Trying to be clever though.
Okay, that is clever. Okay, you're right. That is actually really funny. That's cute.
the library's record revealed that the book was due back in May 20th of 1980.
Oh, shit. When you said 40-some years old, I was thinking like the 1950s. Oh, no. That's 1980. Oh,
You know,
God.
Misty did give the date of this article.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Oh, God.
that date you
That
should
is-
have known.
That's the year I was born. I was born in 1980. Oh, that's not old. Well, that's old, but that's, oh God. I was thinking like 1950s. So I'm thinking this is going to be a book with like the old rubber stamp in it and stuff.
Actually, in 1980, they still had the rubber stamp.
Oh, they did. I'm thinking, when you said 40-some years old, I'm thinking like
I don't think-
1950s.
How old did you forget how old you were, or
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Oh,
Are you
shit.
legitly crying?
No,
over
I'm not
this?
crying, but I, honest to God, my brain was entirely thinking like first man's ship to the moon, first man's flight to the moon. Like
Holy
my brain is way over there, and here you're talking. No, it's 1980, and that math adds up, and that just
I'm
sucks.
older than you.
Okay, yes, I get that, but nonetheless, my math was not thinking this. I was way back in time. I am just
That's
forgetting.
the brain of my oldest child.
Yeah.
You know how we talked about that story?
Mhm.
Okay, all right, keep going. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Cassie responded with, "It's never too late to return your library materials." The library no longer charges late fines that accrue daily for keeping library material beyond their due dates.
Well, that's good. See, our library does that too. I'm surprised libraries do that. The woman I talked to when they told me that, I was like, really? That sounds like a horrible idea. She's like, it works great. So, but
Well, yeah, because I don't know. But anyways, the book will not return to the shelves. They're because it's too old. They cycle their materials, I guess. But it will go on a shelf like in the back room.
it's gonna go in the antique collectibles section.
Probably. Basically, it's gonna hang out
Your
on
antique.
her.
Yup.
So she said instead of letting it go back there, she's going to put it on a shelf in her office as a funny memoir. So like a funny memory.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
But that's my story.
I give it a 4 crispy just because of Trevor realizing how old he is.
Oh,
That and never returning books to the library.
Exactly.
That's a 1. You get a 1. 'Cause it hurt my feelings.
I'll take it. I'll take it. It's okay.
Worth it.
Oh.
Totally was worth it.
At least they were nice, though, and returned the book. So,
Well, I don't think that this would be the first time it's happened. I believe that there was a book that was returned many years later, maybe not 46 years later, but they were going through one of their grandparents' homes after they had passed and found a library book and returned it.
Yeah, I think I remember us talking a little bit about that either on the show or just in person.
Just
the
in
two of us or
person,
something.
yeah.
But yeah,
Because I think we got into it when we started talking about how you never return your books.
mm-hmm. It has surprised me how many times libraries and library books have popped up on here, because we've had this one, and then we had the one about the human skinned book at
Yep.
Harvard University.
That actually came up
and-
twice.
Yeah.
Because mine was on the backside of yours.
Oh, that's right. Yours was the guy selling them on eBay or whatever. Human chunks. Organs on eBay.
He was stealing skin of dead people and
Mhm.
selling them.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be stealing skin of live people.
That's true.
Maybe Dr. Oliver Hugh.
I got an order app.
All right. Enough about Trevor and his books and age and everything like that. Let's move on to Stephanie. Stephanie, what do you got going on?
so this is a repost, and the original post was on the subreddit relationship advice.
Is this one that we've already covered?
No.
Okay. All right. So this is a repost, but the original post was.
Yes,
relationship
somebody
advice.
reposted this story.
Okay. So that was a good one. Someone's like, this is worth retelling.
Yes. My boyfriend, 34 male, has a sexual history with my parents. 49 male and 47 female. Can we still survive?
Okay.
I told you.
Okay. I want to get these ages right. What is the writer's age? You said something female.
She's young.
Okay. What is
It'll come up, but she's 23.
23 female? Boyfriend is
34 male.
34. So we got a 10-year there. And then parents are
49 male,
49 male and
47 female.
so that's where the bigger gap is. So boyfriend's in the middle. Okay. All right. And she didn't say with one of my parents, did she? She said with my parents.
Yes, plural.
Plural. Let's see what boyfriend's got going on here. Good for boyfriend, I think. Let's find out.
Gross situation, but both my parents have told me that it's not a big deal since we're all adults. My boyfriend, who we will call Sam, is a bit older than me, 34 male versus me, a 23 female, and this has never been a problem before. We've been dating for over a year now, so things are pretty serious. However, when he came to meet my parents over dinner, hell broke loose. I thought everything was going fine at first. I've had boyfriends be shy around my parents before. They can be intimidating, but around an hour into our dinner, my mom pulled me aside.
Yeah, okay.
She explained to me that she and my dad actually already knew my boyfriend. Obviously, I was confused as they had appeared to introduce themselves for the first time not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
My mom explained that 10 years ago, she and my father had taken part in a threesome with Sam, but it was all in the past.
10 years ago. I guess 10 years ago.
He would have been 24.
And 24, mom and dad would have been about
the same age as he is now.
And now he's dating their daughter. Oh, hey. At least it wasn't 24 years ago. Because the daughter's 24 years old. Oh,
awkward.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
I didn't want to hear any more, but she told me that they'd all slept together a handful of times.
Sam's good in bed, I'm thinking. I think Sam's got it going on.
In retrospect, I didn't take this information well, and I left our house by foot and ran until I was far away enough to call for an Uber. I've been home for a few hours now. Sam has called me literally hundreds of times in the last few hours trying to talk, but I don't want to answer. The whole thing is making me feel sick. I have picked up a call from my parents who told me to calm down and handle this situation like an adult. My mom called me immature for being so freaked out by the thought of her and my dad having sex. And she said that if I'm going to be part of a grown-up relationship, then I need to handle this type of thing more appropriately. I see a future with Sam, but I'd never expected that my parents would be part of our history. I really do love him a lot, and I know it's not his fault that he chose to be involved with my parents such a long time ago. Is there a chance our relationship could survive this?
Of course it can, but you ran away.
It can, but you got to grow the fuck up. I'm with the parents on this. I could totally get a couple of responses. One being like, seriously, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? I could see that response. I could even see the, I just can't be with him anymore because every time we get intimate, I could just get this side image of him with my parents thing, and it's just weird as hell, and we just can't make it work.
Well, it's the same
could
thing
get that
about
too.
like family get-togethers, like holidays or birthday parties.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're always going to have that
Well, the other question is,
subconscious thought.
Right.
this is also probably what's going through her head is, yes, this was 10 years ago, but who says they wouldn't do it again?
Okay, well, because they're in a committed relationship now, I like to think there's some value to that, maybe. So the parents seem to be, maybe they're polyamorous or something like that. I don't know. But that doesn't mean, just because he did something 10 years ago, doesn't mean he's going to do it now. But
it was
either way,
so long ago, though.
her responses, those two responses I mentioned, I think are adequate. One is, I can't do it anymore because I just can't stop thinking about that. Or the, seriously, you got to be kidding me. This is so fucking crazy. What the hell? But the running out of the house and not answering your phone and crying about it, I'm with mom. Grow up a little bit.
I don't think I would have ran down the road, called an Uber, and went home and cried. I think I may have gone outside to take a deep breath.
Yeah. Like, I just need a few minutes.
I need to digest this.
Yeah.
I would have laughed my ass off is what I would have done. I would have been like, serious. I would
You
thought
have no
this funny.
feelings.
I don't. But
You got to think of
be
this.
mad at anyone involved. You cannot be mad at their parents
I'm not
or the.
I'm not
or the
saying I'm fully
guy.
on her side.
Mm-hmm. I know, but you can't be.
She's
mad at
allowed to
anybody.
have some sort of reaction because it's shocking.
Yeah, but can you be mad at your parents or Sam? Can you be mad at either of them for what they did 10 years ago?
She had an overreaction, yes.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm going to say.
Misty, your thoughts if you introduced your boyfriend to your parents and they said, we slept together?
First of all, I think I would laugh because there's no way in hell that you would sleep with my parents.
Oh God, yeah. As I was saying it, I thought about that would have been the thought that came out. No, my in-laws are nice people, but I just don't. Ugh.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm in that category. I feel icky. Okay, keep going. Anyway, yes.
No, she did have an overreaction.
Well, I agree.
And
to
at
that.
least mom gave her the respect to pull her aside and just say, hey,
instead of
just so
blurting
you
it out
know,
at the table
in front
with
of
everybody.
Yeah.
Although, wouldn't you think that Sam would have put 2 and 2 together of last names and first names?
Or maybe they'd have like a family photo.
Unless it's like a common last name. You know,
Like
say it's like
Smith.
Smith,
or
you know,
something like
you don't
that,
think of
yeah.
that. It could just be a coincidence.
But does she not have family photos?
Yeah, or a Facebook page or something to be
Or
like.
maybe he blocked it out.
Maybe it was something he didn't want to do. She's got to hear his side of the story.
Oh, I never thought about that. He might have figured it out a long time ago, and he just was like not going to say anything.
Because it
Which
was...
could have been the like fake introduction, like nice to meet you.
Ah, so that's true. Never thought about that. Sam might have figured this out a long time ago.
Which could have been why Sam was calling 100, hundreds of times, because you don't know what the conversation was at that house after OP ran out the door.
Uh-huh.
Right.
That is
He
true.
could have been like, dude, I wasn't going to say anything to her.
Yeah. what-
So now he's trying to call her to like
Mm-hmm.
smooth
diffuse
things
the
out.
situation.
Right.
There's too many different things here.
Running away, stomping your feet. Totally not the way you should do it. You know, that's like getting pissed off, running up the stairs, slamming your bedroom door.
Uh-huh.
She's an adult, but she's still a young adult.
That's true. She's
That
only
is true.
20-some years old.
Yeah.
Not fully there.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, it was nice that mom pulled her aside separately to do it instead of all at the table. But at the same time, too, it's like if Sam and them put it all together a long time ago, somebody should have had a conversation with her before this family dinner as to an introduction.
Well, and that was going to be another question I had is, do you think mom was right in immediately saying like, hey, pulling the daughter aside and talking with her? Or should mom have waited until after the whole thing and then mom, dad, and Sam talk about like, guys, this is something we have to handle? Do you think mom was in the right of immediately being like, hey, this happened?
No,
Or
because
should mom have-
communication's the key. And first off was the communication between the mother and the daughter.
So mom was in the right. So you're saying mom
I
was
would
in the right.
agree.
All right. I didn't know where to think of that. Like, should mom have maybe, for the respect out of the other two that were in this relationship, which would be Sam and dad, have been like, hey, we should have a talk. But you're right. It is her daughter.
They knew she was dating somebody by the name of Sam for over a year. And this is the first time they had an introduction. You can't tell me they didn't know
Well,
who's who.
well, and the whole thing was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And she's
so
24.
At the
she would
time,
have been
was
14.
24.
She would have been 14 years old, which means she's old enough to have known, but young enough to have still been living at home.
Right.
So maybe relationships were happening
Elsewhere.
elsewhere or something like that. But I was thinking for a minute there, like it was when he was really young, and she called him Uncle Sammy and didn't even know any better or something.
Bacon rating?
Oh, that's a for crispy.
That's
That's at least
totally a for.
BLT.
I'm gonna go for crispy.
And the reason I'm doing BLT is because it isn't that mom pulled aside and said, hey, I had a relationship with Sam in the past. It's
It was
mom
we.
pulled aside and said, we had
Yeah.
a relationship with Sam in the past. And that just adds that little more extra something to the conversation.
I got an order app.
All right, Trevor, we're back to you. What you got?
All right, I have got a closer that I believe is a pretty good one. And I'm calling this one, Always Follow Your Dreams.
Who's gonna squish him?
You'll see in this article, the dream follower will be squished. This comes from a May 2008 article from BBC, a May 2008 article from CBS, and a May 2008 article from 9 News Colorado. Channel 9 News, Colorado. Bring you local sports and
This
news.
is another murder. The guy driving on the road that was closed.
Nope. We're not doing another murder. We're not doing another murder on this one. April of 2008, a 20-year-old man named Charles Ray Fuller entered a Chase Bank in Fort Worth, Texas, with a check that he wanted to cash. The check came from his girlfriend's mother. And the teller, noticing it was a pretty good sized check, asked about it. Like, wow, that's a big check. Why is this girlfriend's mother giving you this huge check? Just making conversation. And he had said, Charles Ray Fuller here says, oh, it is because she is a strong believer in my desire to have a record company. And she wants to invest in my new record company I'm going to make. So she's giving me this check. And that was amazing, right? Sounds great. The only issue is the bank teller thought the check looked a little weird. It was a regular check.
Like a personal check?
Personal check. Paper looked right. Address is right. Number, the signature looked good and all that. There's only one little thing that made her suspicious. And that was that the check was written out for $360 billion.
Okay.
Hold up. 360 billion?
Yeah, with a B. $1 billion.
So basically, the mother wrote him a check as a joke.
The mother did not give him the check. Charles Ray Fuller stole the check. Charles Ray Fuller decided he was going to write out a check out of his girlfriend's mother's bank account. But I think Charles Ray Fuller is not really smart when he...
Did I ruin this?
No, you didn't ruin it. I think Charles Ray Fuller just I don't think he knows how many zeros to put in. And I don't know if he thought she had $36,000 in a bank account or if he thought he had 36
billion,
360,000 or 3.6 million but yeah, $360 billion by the time Charles was done writing zeros. The bank did not cash the check, in case you were curious. Did not.
Gee, I can only wonder why.
Right.
Yeah. No, the bank, while they still had Charles there, they had to do some verification, contacted the girlfriend's mother and said, hey, what up? And she said, no.
Did they actually say, hey, what up?
They might have. I might have made that part.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up, G?
Yo, what up?
No, they asked her about the check, and she said she did not give him a check for $360 billion, nor did she give him a check at all. Instead, while this was all going on, the bank had already called the police while they were talking with Mr. Fuller, getting together the $360 billion for him. Don't worry, we got to get the cash out of the back for you. Give me a minute.
I don't even know what bank would carry that amount of cash.
I don't even know if there's there's in paper currency. I don't know if there's 360 billion American dollars in paper currency out there right now. I don't know. We should look into that at some point. But anyway, the police were called as they were getting together the money for him, and they arrested him for an obviously forged check. Just to add to Charles' stupidity, though, they also found a bag of weed on him as well as a handgun that he was hiding. So Charles, unfortunately for him, did not get to start his new record company with a $360 billion initial investment.
I mean,
Are him and a girlfriend still together?
It didn't actually say. It really didn't say if him and the girlfriend together after he had stolen her mother's check and wrote it out for.
I'm going to probably say no, because if he's in jail, what fun is he?
There are some people out there that just love to date losers. So it could be the fact that the daughter was dating someone that
had
not
no
only
career?
stole a check from his girlfriend's mother that was obviously going to come back to haunt him at some point, but then to not know how to write out a check without
Which makes you
billion,
think
$360 billion.
I bet you any money he didn't have a GED either.
I don't think so. It is not good. Yeah. So there's a chance that he wasn't a winner to begin with, even before he went to jail for the stolen check. So yeah. Girlfriend probably doesn't know how to pick him at it to begin with. So, but yeah.
You know?
He was so close, though. There's only one problem with the check. Other than that, it was perfect. Like, they didn't have any reason to question it.
Except for the word billion. Or zeros.
It's a lot of zeros. I saw a picture of the check. Like, he had to figure out when he's like, boy, it's really hard to fit all these zeros inside that little box. Because there's a picture of the check out there. And I don't remember if he wrote billion or not. I don't think he wrote billion. I just remember it showing all the half of the
zeros.
Check. Yeah. Because, of course, they probably want to show the full check because it is somebody's bank account information.
Right.
So. But, yeah, that's my closing story, guys.
I'll give it a 3 crispy. It was good, but not one of your better stories.
I will agree, but I thought it was funny.
It is funny because I don't know who the fuck would think that she had $360 billion
In her bank account?
Yeah.
And have you ever written out 360 billion, even as a number? Not even words wise. It looks kind of funny. Like that seems kind of weird.
I give it a 3. It was interesting.
I thought it was fun. Maybe not as weird as much as fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. Charles is an idiot.
Yes.
If he would have just wrote it out for $3,600, he would have probably been fine.
Yeah. Maybe even 36,000. 360,000. Getting a little iffy. Maybe didn't have that in the bank. Probably a little iffy. But boy, once you start getting into the millions and then you go for the gusto to the billions, I think it's going to get wild.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you can't even win $1 billion in the lottery.
No, you can't.
Nope.
All right, guys. I think that is enough fun for today. So let's wrap this one up as well. Thank you, everybody, for listening to our podcast. The one, again, is called Weird with a Side of Bacon Podcast, in case you haven't been paying that close attention. We are on all kinds of social media outlets if you want to find out more. We're on the Facebook. We're on the TikTok. We're on the Instagram or Instacart. We're on YouTube. We even have fully recorded episodes on YouTube. So if you want to see our faces and see us on inside the studio recording, check us out. We would love to see you.
Or Trevor's robot neck.
Or my robot neck. Doot, 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 doot. I have to rotate because I look at you guys this way, but I like to look at the camera for the closer. You guys, camera. You guys, camera. This is going to really mess up my mic recording, and I'm really going to get mad at myself for doing this. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for checking us out. If you want to send us an email, you can do that. Our email address is weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. There is no A, just weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. We would love it if you guys want to send us an email about maybe some fun articles that you ran into or fun things you think we should check out or talk about. That would be great. As we like to say at the end of every episode, keep it weird because normal is just another word for boring. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.